These theories will make you question everything. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check them out.
Holy crap, that was in every middle school dance ever.
I don't know if I've ever fact-checked something so quick in my life.
She's right, but there's more. Theory is that he's a heavy drinker, and they thought that moonshine can blind you, which it can. And that's mostly because bootleg liquor might have lead in it, which can cause blindness. Theory is that they had very prominent white parts of their eyes and very small irises, which is the coloring. Like anime characters. You've seen Cotton Eye Joe pictures? It's nothing like an anime. Their theory is that they had cataracts and therefore just look cloudy and white. The real kicker is that this can lead to this, which can cause wide eye. So the moral of the story is, wrap it up, kids. Or at the very least, get some penicillin.
Cotton Eye Joe is an old.
Y'all are gonna make me so skeptical about moonshine now. And different things, and I can't hear that song ever again without thinking that. Holy crap, I heard that at so many school like functions and stuff when I was younger. Oh my gosh.
The sheer amount of people that say that they agree with the customer on this skit has got me shook. The definition of moonshine: it is a high-proof liquor that was distilled illegally without government authorization, which means that they didn't pay taxes on it. It's an oxymoron to pay taxes on moonshine, because once you pay taxes, it's no longer moonshine. The reason that it's called moonshine is because the people that were distilling it had to do it under the light of the moon to avoid detection by law enforcement. According to federal law, you're allowed to make your own beer and wine at home. However, you are absolutely not allowed to distill spirits at home. Doing so could lead, it is illegal. Store-bought moonshine tends to be a lot lower in alcohol, and it just doesn't taste right. If you guys have tried the real thing, you know what I'm talking about. The sheer amount of people.
I actually went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we did the moonshine tasting. Bro, when I tell you the shot cups were this small, I mean small, bro. And the dude gets up there, he does his, for each flavor, he does his old presentation, then he pours you some in that. Bro, when I tell you, by the time he made it to like the 5th or 6th one, I'm sweating profusely, bro. I am literally sweating, and I'm like, fam, is it hot in here? And he keeps going over the next flavor, and this, that, and third, telling the backstory, and he comes to pour you down. Now, mind you, people around me are starting to tap out. They're tapping out like, no, I can't take no more. Off of these these are not even normal shots. These are small, little, tiny shots, bro. So I keep going. I keep powering through. Next thing I know, I hear somebody in the bathroom. I'm like, yo. True story, fam. By the time he got to the one where he was like, all right, this one here has no flavor. This is just straight moonshine. Mostly everybody in my group was like, no, thank you. And I'm still sitting here like giddy, trying to try and keep up. Man, I was so messed up leaving there, bro. Holy, I'll never forget that moonshine tasting, man. Never. I brought a couple bottles home.
Explain the moonshine, please. Absolutely. I learned by one of the absolute best shiners in North America. In fact, 2 of them. One in Southeast Ohio and the other one down south. And you guys would know one of them, the other one you wouldn't know. But I'm telling you, his rye shine was amazing. So I wanted to do it and make it as legal as possible without having to go through the ATF. And through my research, you're allowed to have biofuel. You're allowed to make biofuel. You're allowed to hold it on hand. Now, biofuel can be made out of anything. It can be consumable. You're not allowed to consume it. You're definitely not allowed to sell it as alcohol for consumption. However, you can have it on hand. It is a form. It's free. You can fill it out, submit it. Now, there's some loopholes that you have to jump through to get that damn thing submitted, and everything else. You have to have topographical maps, underground waterways listed on those topographical maps, so that if there was a spill, DNR can look at it and say, hey, it's not going to affect any underground water sources. You also have to have a building that would be able to hold and store said material and making materials and the equipment to do so, and you have to have a water suppression system in case something were to happen. You also have to have a security system in place, and not just your Smith & Wesson. You actually have to have locks on all your doors and security, like a lights in your windows and high definition cameras in case someone tries to break in, because it is a valuable product. It is a product at that time. If you can do all that, you can produce up to 50,000 gallons a year, but you can only hold up to 5,000 gallons on hand. But you have to have enough denatured alcohol or a additive like Marvel mystery oil to add to it to be able to run in your engines, because it's not diesel fuel at the time, it's biodiesel, but it's you have to make it to where it's non-consumable. But you do not have to mix it unless they come and inspect you, and then of course you would have to mix what you have on hand. But you can hold up to 5,000 gallons unaltered. Now, if you want to sell it to your neighbors or donate it to your neighbors for a donation, yes, and then also give them a quart of denatured alcohol or Marvel mystery oil to go with it, so that it is a biofuel. Look into biofuel permits. Hope that helps. Have a great day.
Why did that just sound like a contents or a setup for like a meth lab or something like that? Why did that put me in the mind frame of that? And then also in the beginning, he was making a lot of the things he was saying didn't sound like it should be associated with something I'm getting ready to ingest. Did anybody else feel that way? And you're talking about a person that grew up looking for shine, trying to drink it. If somebody had it, it was like, oh my gosh, bro, you have what? And then everybody's excited trying to get a shot of it. I was real reckless with my life. Now I'm starting to learn. Later on in my life, when it's too late, after I've already ingested, I don't know how much moonshine in my life. Whew, this is scary to hear. I don't know if I want to hear more of this.
So we got some genuine West Virginia moonshine. I'm already hammered. Oh God, what's in here? Apple pie. No, what's in here?
Apple pie. Everybody's favorite. If you go anywhere and somebody be like, oh man, I got the apple pie moonshine. Oh my God, people go crazy over that stuff.
Cinnamon stick. Oh, I thought that was a hot dog, bro. Oh no, that looks like a hot dog. I can't see. So we got some genuine.
And then I was told you're supposed to stick the cinnamon stick in the jar, and then once because it'll start off like floating. They say once it drops, it's ready. Have y'all heard that as well? And then when I did the moonshine tasting and back in Gatlinburg again, referencing back to that, bro, he told you to taste it and then like breathe in, and you could taste like the apple, the crust of a pie, all the ingredients of like apple pie when you ingested it. Oh my gosh, bro. It was so good. Like so good. I thought I had bought like 3 jars of that, but apparently I had only grabbed 2. I was so mad when I got back home and saw I had some random cotton candy instead of 3 apple pies. I had 2 apple pies and 1 cotton candy. I was mad.
Let's talk about what moonshine is for a second. I'm gonna tag Shua because he talks about this often enough on his channel. So shine, by definition, is untaxed liquor. Now this is found in a bottle in a liquor store, so obviously this is taxed liquor, not shine. If you want to talk about what we accept as shine, like if you go to a store, you'll see, oh, here's moonshine. That's usually kind of a flavored whiskey, unaged, or something like that. That gets approved as like an other spirit, and we kind of accept that as shine because there's no real category for it. Now this label clearly says whiskey on it. And to get that, you have to get approved as a whiskey, which means it has to be all grain and a couple other classifications. In shine, you often do those like sugar bumps to get more alcohol. He didn't do this, right? And now Tim Smith is known as a shiner. But is he really a shiner anymore? Does he still at home? I don't know. But this is a legal product. There's a lot of legal stuff now. So now he's just an awesome distiller. Cheers.
So most of the stuff that we see around is just not even close, is what they're saying. Because I know, like, if you go to like liquor stores or, you know what I mean, different places, you'll see where they advertise it, but I'm guessing that ain't nowhere near close to what it should be.
You guys said find some real moonshine. Here it is.
No.
Moonshine.
No.
It doesn't get much more real than this.
Bruh. Teaspoons. He's supposed to try this with teaspoons. You're not ready. Oh my God, he's not ready. No, put that down. Put that down. Put that, no. He about to go blind. Go drink some water, quick. Go lay down.
You guys said find some real moonshine.
Everybody be nervous, bro. And I just think back to my days of just being like, oh, you got some? We got some? Okay, let's go get it. Not even thinking about any type of effects or after effects or even going blind or anything like that, fam. Y'all just had to be around where we from.
Yeah, so I did a little something. A little bit of something made, and I'm gonna bust into it now. It's been sitting around breathing for a couple days, so it's time. Time to guess the proof.
Wow.
What say you? Yeah, so I did a little something.
What proof is that, y'all? What y'all think? 120, 110, 130, around that area somewhere? What y'all think? How do you even can tell? I'm just throwing numbers out there because that's what I'm trying to remember when the guy gave us the shine that looked like that at the tasting. Because I think he said 120 or one something. I couldn't remember what it was, so I'm just guessing numbers. But what do y'all think that is for the ones who really know or know somebody who makes it, been around it a lot? What do y'all think the proof is on that?
Black man's moonshine. Black man's moonshine.
How do y'all tell if it's good quality though? That's what I'm sitting here saying. I'm seeing clarity. Like, I'm seeing how clear it is and different things like that. I'm guessing that's why they shake it up and show you and then let it kind of settle down and you can still see the clarity in it or whatever like that. But what qualifies as like good quality shine? Somebody let me know.
Now we want to update you on some breaking news.
New at 10, these mason jars are full of moonshine.
Making and selling moonshine.
But they didn't find drugs, they didn't find guns, they did find moonshine.
Deputies say a local man has been operating a moonshine still.
Don't you know how much moonshine sells for? You could probably get $20 to $100 a gallon for it.
If you want to sell moonshine,
20
to 100 and some. Jeez, for a gallon? Now I see why people be out in the woods trying to hide and make this stuff, man. People is out here trying. Hey, bro, and then if you got like a secret recipe and you good at it, yeah, I see why people be doing that, bro. They making a killing.
$20 to $100 a gallon for it.
If you want to sell moonshine.
Sheriff just busted a moonshine ring.
They'll kill you. They'll send you so to hell.
Some call it white lightning. We call it a trip to the county jail.
Right now, no arrests have been made.
They call it white lightning? That's crazy. I didn't know that nickname.
I love when etymology and folktales collide, and one of the most intoxicating examples that I can think of is with the word moonshine. The word moonshine, as you might expect, first referred to the literal light of the moon. It's also been used figuratively in literature to refer to something ephemeral, basically something that's beautiful but has no substance, in the same way that the light of the moon is beautiful but offers no warmth. It became a name for booze in the 18th century. Today, moonshine typically refers to unaged corn mash whiskey like that produced in the southern Appalachian Mountains. But the term used to be a bit broader, referring to any home-distilled liquor. As you might expect, the term moonshine became popular in the 1920s during Prohibition. There are still some laws against moonshining without the proper permits, partially because of the health risks, and partially because home distillers don't pay taxes on the product, and we can't have that now, can we? Granted, the health risks are very real, it can be tainted so that it causes blindness and death, and it has a nasty habit of exploding.
Oh yeah. Y'all ain't gotta worry about me just randomly drinking somebody's moonshine no more. At all. Blindness, death, this, that, and the third, all that stuff that I never heard of before until now. Never again.
Anyway, the most logical and likely explanation behind the term moonshine is that you would do your home distilling work at night by the light of the moon because it's illegal. But before the terms moonshine and moonshiner took on this meaning, the term moonraker is recorded with a very similar meaning, and it has a great folktale behind it. It starts in the English county of Wiltshire, which was situated along the secret route of a booming brandy smuggling business in the mid to late 1700s. According to the legend, locals would hide contraband barrels of French brandy by sinking them to the bottom of ponds. One night, by the light of the moon, customs officials caught them attempting to retrieve the barrels of brandy using long rakes. The locals played dumb, pointing to the reflection of the moon in the pond and telling the customs officials that they were trying to rake in a wheel of cheese. The customs officials laughed at their supposed ignorance and went on their way. Whether this story has any truth to it or not is up for debate, but it is thought to have inspired the use of the term moonraker for what we would call a moonshiner now, and it seems the use of the term moonshiner too may have been partially fueled by this legend. I love when etymology and...
I never knew this much, or moonshine had this much history behind it. I always knew about people making it illegally and shouldn't be doing it and different things like that, but I didn't know the true history backstory attached to moonshine like that. That's pretty intriguing and interesting to know.
Moonshine is a southerner's worst kept secret, y'all. It is made of corn mash, and it is distilled until you are basically left with jet fuel. Good stuff. Now, it was illegal for a very, very long time, mostly because people were making it out in the hills of Appalachia or in their own living rooms. It was hard to regulate. Now, it is legal to make it commercially and sell it in liquor stores, but it's not nearly as good. Not nearly as effective. Now, if you want a liquor that's gonna f you up on 2 shots, and I mean like falling on the floor throwing up after 2 shots, moonshine is for you. Homemade moonshine.
Why do we always hear somebody say, oh, it's going to mess you up to have you falling on the floor? And we're like, oh, yeah, I'm ready to take that challenge on. Let's go. We get excited for that. What's wrong with us? What is wrong with us, bro? But we do. We hear that and it's like, instead of deterring us away from it, we see that as a challenge.
Moonshine. And fun fact, this is where Mountain Dew came from. Not the real Mountain Dew, the word Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew originally meant moonshine. The more you know. Moonshine is a southerner.
I did not know that. Somebody confirmed that for me. Are you serious? Where I grew up at, Mountain Dew was heavily drunk at one point in time. Probably still is, until people started learning like some of the effects they were having, long-term effects they were having from it. But either way, man, interesting. Moonshine, so much connected to it.
Hey guys, Max here, and I got asked, what exactly is moonshine? And they're all over the place, they're up and rising, you've seen them everywhere, there's different flavors. Look at this one, there's a lot of moonshine here, you got peanut butter and all that. Okay, so...
Peanut butter? I never thought of a peanut butter flavored moonshine. Any of y'all had that? How does it taste?
The easiest way I could explain what moonshine is by comparing it to tequila. And not just any tequila, tequila blanco. And unfortunately, I don't have a.
Oh, that's the one I've had before too, Old Smoky. But I guess y'all gonna look at me and probably be like, "Oh, that's not nothing. That's not the real thing." I'm sure I figured that too when I bought it from a store. I figured that.
Moonshine that's just pure moonshine. Why? Because it is strong as hell. But what do I mean by Blanco and regular unflavored moonshine? Moonshine is literally just whiskey that's not aged, the same way that tequila Blanco is just a tequila that's not aged. So yeah, regular moonshine is basically an unaged whiskey. That's all it is. And if there's anything else you want to know, go ahead and drop it out in the comments, and I'll try my best to help you.
Moonshine, whiskey, not aged. Did not know that. It's interesting. So, but I've always heard. See, does that make any sense? Cause how? Okay, so let's put it in this. Let me question it this way and phrase it this way: is moonshine like stronger than whiskey? And if so, I guess that's where the aging process comes in. Because I feel like as it ages, it probably gets stronger. So that would be. I might have answered my own question, but y'all let me know if y'all have the answer to that about moonshine being stronger than whiskey.
These are moonshine pineapples. Y'all, these smell so damn. What? I tried so hard to believe that was gonna taste like pineapple juice. Oh, it's packed in pina colada. It's packed in pina colada.
Oh, he needs to show the after effects, the follow up, how he felt in probably about 30 minutes to an hour. I wanted to know, bro. I need the after. We just saw the before. I need the after, fam. Now, do they sell that like that, or did he just take a bottle and add like some pineapples to it and make that? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, he's on to something there. I definitely want to get some and try that. I may do that. I may do that tomorrow. To be honest with you, I may do that tomorrow.
Yeah, you're probably right. Most everybody in the comments are always right. That wheat seed, that's just for the patches in the front yard. All that pure raw cane sugar, that's just for sweet tea. That, don't mind that. That's for boiling water. Oh, and that's